Back to Detective Grimoire. We are in Chapter 4, the beginning of the end.
It's a poster from...
So...
in a different... It's only recently been moved. That might explain why it looked... This is a... not...
Okay. Protest.
I'm impressed, and I'm... It's a... He's...
Hey.
It's a journal. I guess it belongs to Echo. Bad news. Remington is dead. I don't know what to do. Was my whole protest in vain? They'll shut this place down, sure, but I'll never know if I got through to him. That's all he's written. It's a joke.
That's all it's in his tent?
Ah! I'm afraid I have no idea.
Okay. I have to talk to everybody. Let's do it in order, I guess.
Oh? Mm-hmm.
That's great, he says. What about you?
I don't really have time.
And, I've already talked to him.
So,
Yep. Path. Woods, bridge, trees. Show her everything. Cafe.
I can't help you with that one.
What about this?
Why don't you...
Okay. Gift shop.
It's a humble gift shop.
No, I didn't want that. Showed her everything.
Is that one of your clues?
Hey. Just kidding. Let's go to the talk to the officer.
The water is black and deep.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I didn't find him.
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I don't need to.
I don't need to.
Detective Grimoire, final chapter. Poggy's criminal record. I have everything, don't I? I don't have 100% on the notes. Entrance. I need to go to the crossroads and click around. Okay.
It's the base. What's the...
Okay. Alright, office. Path. Museum has something. Museum. Click around the museum.
It's a... It's
Oh. Okay, that's all I had to do. Go back. Because now I got 100% of everything.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Well, not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Buggy from last night? Let me see that photo.
Present clue. This.
If that's not Buggy, what is it?
Present clue.
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one
But
that...
the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
Missing page.
What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
This worker.
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
Ah, but this swamp slime was one of the reasons Buggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think.
It's juice.
This stuff is an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me,
What is that exactly?
a poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to herself. To make sure everybody in the swamp would be poisoned. To make sure no one would eat it.
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
Final chapter, the murder.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work
The
out.
video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right.
Okay.
Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the
Alright.
order. And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
Remington rips some curtains as a fabric as he falls. And then he cries out as Buggy appears, creaking. Remington, culprit, opens the door. Oh, cry. Remington cries in shock as Buggy appears. Blast. Remington fires his gun at the culprit. Clang. Culprit grabs mouse pipe. Grips some curtain rod, drops the metal poker in the office. Man's on the plank outside his office. Remington grabs up in the office. Cries out in shock and falls backwards.
I think that's it.
Ah, excellent. There's just 2 small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
He shoved it into the headpiece.
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left onto my drawing here, and we'll see what happens when we compare the pieces I collected with the original design I found.
You don't have the chest piece. Is what the problem is.
Wait, you never found the body piece.
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made out of some thick material. Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
Soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume?
I don't know.
How? We looked everywhere. Not a...
Simple. He's still wearing it.
Oh.
I don't know what you want with me. Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret.
Echo. Forgot to tell me that can't be proof leads me to believe was framed. Forgot to tell me that the hunting photo was disguised. What is Buggy in disguise? Was here to. Was stolen by Buggy. Was eaten by Buggy. Was Buggy in disguise? Tell me can't be proof that leads me to believe was framed because forgot to tell me that was here to hunt Buggy.
Echo forgot to tell me that the hunting photo was here to hunt Boggy. I don't get it.
Either. Richard Remington. Was framed, forgot to tell me that can't be proof. Please file. Echo was...
Our police file forgot to tell me that Echo was Boggy in disguise. I'm losing my mind here.
Was here to hunt Buggy.
Our police file forgot to tell me that Echo was here to hunt Boggy. Oh, that doesn't a secret that Remington kept hidden in his office.
Hunting photo. Echo was here.
The hunting photo leads me to believe Echo was here to hunt Boggy. Maybe I just...
That
The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
the hunter and the hunted.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
Creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
You didn't have the right. How can you know what Boggy wanted?
But he's not a killer. You're the one who...
Detective,
You. It's
finished. Don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him. Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
It makes a difference. You're right, it doesn't make any difference.
It makes a difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down the...
Hey, wait!
Boggy was in the tree the whole time. Hi, Boggy.
Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
Secret of the Swamp. So it kind of like tied into Tangle Tower, as in like the secret society, and he was getting a letter from one of the Fowlers. And it was definitely, I think, shorter than Tangle Tower, and there was less... Oh.
Grimoire.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We better be.
The girl. Wow. Yeah, the game was a lot shorter than Tangle Tower, probably because it was the first one. The art style was a little different. All the voice acting was still good, all the music was still good, a lot of the sound effects were the same for clicking on things, and they did make the puzzles a lot better in Tangle Tower than they are in this one, and because a lot of them were just like, oh, okay, click and grab, move things around. But I liked the game. Grimoire looks almost the same, but Sally looks completely different at this point. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm losing my mind here.